Welcome back, Captain. Or shall I call you Inspector? What can I do for you? During your absence, I passed the time by simulating a number of hypothetical conclusions to this case.
I had a feeling you'd catch up to me sooner or later, Inspector. I was just hoping you'd find me standing over the administrator's corpse.
What in law's name? Halcyon Helen, how are you still alive?
Oh, is that Ludovico I hear? Perfect. I'm so glad he's still in the building. Would you mind letting him know I'm about to blow his whole operation to flinders? Brace yourself, Inspector. You're about to learn the biggest secret in the vaporwave industry. Halcyon Helen was never one person. I shared this role with my twin sister, Belinda.
That must have been her sister in the ballroom. I can't imagine what she's going through right now.
A twin? The only thing worse than being an only child has gotta be having a perfect sibling. Can you imagine the parents?
Belinda and I were the best-kept secret in the business. Nobody could tell us apart. And certainly not a peevish, petty, miserable little worm like Quentin Ludovico. So when I discovered the truth, when I realized what Ludovico was about to unleash on this colony, Belinda paid the price.
My plan to save Halcyon. I'm not a murderer, Inspector. I acted in defense. I had to defend Halcyon's future.
Tell the truth, Ludovico. There's nothing safe about Spectrum Brown. You want to infest this entire colony with those disgusting parasites.
They're not parasites. These creatures are symbiotic life forms. They belong to the highest order of life form, capable of living in perfect harmony with humanity. The symbiotes evoke a feeling of joy in their host. A bliss so pure, so profound as to render the most exquisite recreational substance obsolete. Oh, don't you see, Inspector? I want to bring joy back to Halcyon. I want this colony to smile again. A host only turns violent if they're carrying too many symbiotes, or if they see you as a threat. In its natural state, the relationship between symbiote and host is perfectly harmless. Listen to me. I never wanted to take a life, but I had no choice. I couldn't let anyone destroy this colony's only chance at real happiness. But what about Helen? What about all the innocent people she's killed?
No one I crossed off was innocent. Have you met Dr. Blossom? She was practically a reptile. A cold-blooded psychopath who toyed with human lives in the name of scientific advancement. Leora Blossom wasn't a person. She was a weapon in Ludovico's arsenal. You call it murder? I call it disarming my enemy. The mascot was a spy working for Ludovico. He was ordered to keep an eye on Belinda and I, and report back to his master.
You're being paranoid. I barely knew the fellow.
Don't try to deny it. Anywhere Belinda and I went, that mascot was there, just watching us with those cold, dead eyes. He was a Rizzo's employee. He belonged to Ludovico's horrible little family of grinning idiots. Dr. Leora Blossom, Maria Keene, that flackwit of a mascot, they were standing between me and Ludovico, so I did what I had to do. I went through them. She was on Ludovico's side. When she realized I was alive, she refused to stay silent. I gave Maria a chance. I told her about Belinda. I asked for her help, but she turned me down. She was honor-bound to report me to Ludovico. Maria had a duty to her company, and I had a duty to Belinda. We both did what we had to. But in the end, I was the faster shot. You know what you need to do. Help me avenge Belinda. Help me put a stop to this.
Don't listen to her. Listen to me. Throw in with Helen and you destroy Halcyon's only chance at real happiness. Think of the future, Inspector. A lifetime of bliss and joy for every colonist in Halcyon. We can make that happen.
I hope you know what you're doing, Captain.
Really? You're going to choose that coward over me? I misjudged you, Inspector. I won't make that mistake twice.
I've found out where Helen's storing her explosives. You need to find the detonator and defuse it. I'll guide you there. Follow the unsealed doors. Forget about Helen. Head through this passage and find that bomb.
Let it beep for me.
Somewhere nearby. You should be able to use that amplifier. Beep, beep, beep.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This device has a blinking light for decorative purposes. It was intended to improve worker morale by making common objects around the facility more interesting to look at. No explosives detected. This batch of purpleberry juice is rancid. Ingestion may lead to violent gastronomic maladies. No explosives detected. Discrepancy detected. The pressure regulator on this barrel is prone to malfunctioning and may detonate with the assistance of an explosive. No explosives detected. This fuel canister is hazardous and may easily detonate with the assistance of an explosive. No explosives detected. This device seems to have several explosives packed inside, along with a remote detonator. Multiple explosives detected. Understood, Inspector. Please proceed. Explosive successfully disarmed. Now loading applause protocol. Amazing. Bravo, our hero. You deserve a promotion.
Well done, Inspector. You saved my facility and my life's work. You have my gratitude, and before long, the gratitude of the entire colony. Unfortunately, Halcyon Helen is still at large. We're going to have to do something about her. Helen's attack made me realize I'm too vulnerable. I've concentrated all my resources in one area. Naturally, that's where she attacked me. We're going to have to bond our symbiotes with everyone in Eridanos. Every person in this complex will become a home for these creatures. Helen will have nowhere to strike. Ah, you're a step ahead of me, Inspector. Airborne dispersal. That's precisely what I had in mind. I'd always intended to use the atmospheric control system to disperse the symbiotes. The plan is untested, but theoretically sound. Head back to the hotel. Contact me via terminal. We'll discuss our next move. Yes, Inspector, you will. What's that? No, why should I be worried? Yes, I know Helen is alive. She's a discrepancy in the plan. It will be corrected. Nature abhors a vacuum, and the universe abhors discrepancies. Helen will be dead soon, and everything will be as it should be. Inspector, I didn't realize the transmission was running. Are you ready to begin the next phase of our plan? I underestimated Helen, and it nearly cost me my station. I'm not making that same mistake twice. We need to strike back hard. Helen is still alive. She's still a threat. We need to outmaneuver her. We're going to bond every person in Eridanos with a symbiote. We're going to use Phaeton's system to suspend airborne larvae into the complex's atmospheric controls. Think you can handle that? Head to the pilot house. Use Phaeton's control terminal to release the larval compound into the atmosphere. And if you cross orbits with Halcyon Helen, make her regret it. So, you've sided with Ludovico, Inspector. You void damned fool. Did you think I wouldn't know?
What was that?
Make him regret it.
Thought I saw something.
Everyone all right?
Greeting protocols suspended. All non-essential protocols suspended. Phaeton is standing by for larval compound dispersal. Unable to disperse the larval compound while the reactor is unstable. Warning. Reactor unstable. Phaeton cannot disperse compound until stability is restored.
Ludovico would brainwash Eridanos into mindless happiness. Is that what you
Here we go! Anyone? That's the last one.
What was that?
I don't understand. For the life of me, I cannot understand why you sided with that monster. You brokered peace between the Iconoclasts and MSI. You were supposed to be a diplomat. I was so sure you'd listen to reason. Ludovico is on the verge of turning this entire colony into a feeding ground for his parasites. And you threw in with him? Why? It's too late for that. You made your choice. Do you have a family? A sister? If someone hurt your sister, you wouldn't go to the authorities. You'd fill your hand and hunt them down. You'd make them pay. Belinda was my sister. I loved her. And if anyone so much as laid a finger on her, I'd end them. I'm going to kill Ludovico. And if you stand in my way, I promise you, I'll go through you. We're through talking. Goodbye, Inspector. We won't meet again.
Take your best. They're pretty good at this.
Greeting protocols suspended. All non-essential protocols suspended. Phaeton is standing by for larval compound dispersal. Affirmative. Dispersing. Incoming message from Rizzo's distillation station.
Inspector, well done. The larva should be entering the atmosphere at any moment. I've ordered the complex locked down in case anyone tries to escape. This is it, the turning point in the history of this colony, and it begins now. Come meet me in my distillery. You deserve a reward.
End of transmission.
What could that have been? Come on! I just wanted to make you smile!
Wonder what they were storing down here. Were they getting ready for the launch of Spectrum Brown?
Yes, I know you're hungry. Be patient. I'll feed you soon enough. Just a guest. The one I told you about. The inspector. Welcome. We were just talking about you. Ah, my superior and I. You've done a beautiful thing for my queen. You've made a host out of every human being in this complex. You've given homes to her myriad spawn. Every human body has become a cocoon for our symbiotes. In time, they will transform into a happier, better version of themselves. Halcyon will transform. My queen is pleased beyond description. Her excitement has whetted her appetite. She's practically writhing with hunger. I beg your pardon. No, Inspector. You're right where you need to be. I've decided to give you the honor of becoming a host to the Queen's own progeny. Your bonding will be the first of a new generation. Welcome to the Rizzo's family, Inspector. Please don't make this difficult. I promise. The experience is entirely painless. Your Highness. Dinner is served. Wait. No, not me. Damn! Merciful law. Stop.
You made it. I guess happy customers really are repeat customers. Here, I had something I wanted to give you. This is a golden ticket. Good for one free tour of the purpleberry orchards. This is my way of showing you that I appreciate you just for being alive. Well, no, I suppose I appreciate you for all types of reasons. For example, despite your obvious talent for violence, you're not killing me. That's a reasonable point, friend, but it turns out you didn't need my help at all. I do regret the untimely demise of our broodmother, but my passenger is flooding my brain with all sorts of happy feelings, so I don't mind all that much. Sounds like what you need is a passenger of your own. Oh, that's what I call the slug I've bonded with. It's gonna be a part of me until I pass through the gates of oblivion and my atoms scatter into the void.
Welcome back, Captain. Or shall I call you Inspector? What can I do for you? During your absence, I passed the time by simulating a number of hypothetical conclusions to this case. Unfortunately, my understanding of the facts is limited, and my appraisal of the individuals involved is not flattering. Therefore, my conclusions are inaccurate. My simulations have yielded several possible causes of death. Halcyon Helen may have been killed by one or all of the following: asphyxiating on Rizzo's Spectrum Brown, grappling with a primal while inebriated, killed by an overzealous fan, death by automechanical, or profound loneliness. How close were my estimations? Please do so. Administrator Ludovico killed Halcyon Helen? I have been programmed to simulate contempt and mild surprise. Mr. Ludovico had the audacity to hire you to solve a murder he committed? I am contemptuous and mildly surprised. This information is valuable to me. I will update my behavior simulation protocol accordingly. Thank you, Captain. I have been programmed to trust your judgment implicitly. If you released an infection of parasites across Eridanos, I am certain you must have had a rational cause to do so.